Hi, this is Dr. Lisabeth Saunders Medlock with Life by Design Coaching with your life coaching tip of the week for the week of October 15th, 2012. Today I'm going to talk about something that I think I talked about in another video a while ago, but since I'm kind of going through this process now, and I love this process, I want to talk about it again. And what it is Frederick Hudson and Pamela McLean's Cycle of Renewal model that they propose. That I tend to really think works. It's worked in my life, and I've seen it working and being true for so many of the people that I've worked with. I wanted to take the time to talk about it and explore it a little bit more. And it's in their book called Life Launch. So check out that book and you'll get a better description of the cycle of renewal that they propose. So basically, the cycle of renewal, as we know, life is not linear. I'm sure all of us have kind of realized that. We like life to be linear. That we make a plan, we move forward, and we keep going, and everything goes da, 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 and we're good, and we know that's not how life works. Life kind of works in cycles. It kind of goes like this. Our phases are like this. And so the cycle of renewal is one of those cycles, and basically it talks about that you, in general, have cycles of stability and success and productivity that are followed by times of transition that move you through the cycle. And there's 4 phases of the cycle. And it's constantly renewing itself. So you're going to go through this cycle of renewal many, many times in your life. Sometimes quicker and sometimes slower, depending on the stage of life that you're in and what you're working on. But the first cycle is a period of stability, a period of energy and productivity that's called go for it. And in the go for it stage is kind of you're on fire. You are clear about your life plan, you're clear about your life goals, you're moving down your path, the path that you set for yourself, you're feeling productive, you're feeling energetic, you feel like what you do is in line with your personal goals, your mission, your purpose, your values. You're kind of on fire in this stage, and you're getting a lot of stuff done, and you feel on purpose, on plan, and moving forward. So that's the go for it stage. But what happens is that stage tends to end. And for most people, I think you've experienced that you can only be on fire for so long and kind of be super productive, and you kind of hit the wall. And when you hit the wall, you go into stage 2, which is called being stuck in the doldrums. And being stuck in the doldrums is a part of then a transitional phase. So you've been in a stability, productivity phase. Now you're in a transitional phase, a couple of transitional phases that are going to move you through. And this transitional phase, it's the stuck in the doldrums, is really kind of what it sounds like. You're stuck. It's the point where you realize that my job no longer works for me, my plan no longer works for me, I'm not on the path I thought I was on, I may need to divert my path, and you just feel like something is misaligned. There's a misalignment in what you do with your values. There's a misalignment in what you thought was going to happen and did happen, what you planned to do and what actually transpired. And so you just know something is off, and you get to that point when you're stuck. A lot of the clients that come to me, I think, are in this phase, that you're not sure what you want, what's going to happen. You just know it's no longer working for you. So I think it's that feeling of I'm stuck and something is no longer working, and that's called stuck in the doldrums. And then to get through the cycle, you go into stage 3. And in stage 3 is called cocooning. And the cocooning stage is really an important phase for transition. Because if you think about a pupa in the cocooning stage, when you start to become the butterfly, the caterpillar has to cocoon. And it has to cocoon to be able to grow and transition and change. And that's really what the cocooning stage is. And what it means is that you kind of take a step back from your life. You take your own time out. You put yourself in time out. You take a break. You may quit a job. You may take a vacation. You may take a 6-month hiatus period. Or you may just really kind of stop what you're doing, or transition what you're doing, or begin the transition. The cocooning phase is kind of both a period of discomfort where you have to kind of let stuff go. So you're letting all the old stuff fall away. You know the old stuff doesn't work, and now you're letting it kind of go out of your life. So it doesn't feel so good because it's a time of real uncertainty. And the important thing of getting through the cocooning phase is to withdraw and to self-reflect and to draw within yourself. I'm in this phase right now as I'm writing my book, and I realize I'm going to go into another phase, and I don't know what it is yet. And but I'm totally cocooning right now. somebody I work with said it's like turning the magnet back on yourself and turning the mirror back on yourself, which is, I think I talked about last week. But the idea is that in cocooning is that I'm kind of disconnecting from a lot of stuff and stuff that's not working and stuff that I'm no longer interested in, to kind of really do a lot of self-reflection as I write my book. And I don't know what's going to happen next, and uncertainty I think is kind of cool. So for me it's kind of exciting. But it is an uncomfortable phase, but it's a phase of renewal where you really just kind of shore up your energy, you get that energy back, you self-reflect, you may change your values, you may change your plan. This is where you rewrite your plan. This is where you think about, I'm a different kind of person than I thought I was, I'm in a different place, I want different things. So this is when you really kind of begin all the self-reflection as you're in your cocoon, you're safe, you're protected, you're taking time off from the chaos. And this is important because once you get that cocoon and you're in there, that's the time when you can really get the energy for renewal. So then you go into the next phase, and that next phase is the getting ready to begin another stage. So it's the kind of the getting ready phase. And it's getting ready for the new period of your life. And so what you're doing now is you've cocooned, you've figured it out, you kind of know what you're going to do, and now you're going to test it out. So you've been thinking a lot and reflecting a lot, now you're going to test it out. So the getting ready phase is really about exploring new possibilities, exploring new options, trying things out, trying things on, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. It's kind of a testing phase, but you're actually active, productive again in doing things. And then once you really get back into that groove and you test those things out, you explore your options and you find this is what works and this is what doesn't, you're back on plan, you're back on task, and you're back in stage one, and you're going for it again. So those are the 4 stages in the renewal cycle. Frederick Hudson, Pamela McLean. I think it's awesome. I find myself going through this cycle again and again in life. I definitely have seen the last cycle, which has been probably the cycle over the last 5 or 6 years of my life, going from go for it to the doldrums to now very much in the cocooning phase. I'm kind of interested to see how long this is going to last. I think I'm actually on the tail end of that phase, hopefully by the end of this year. But I think if you look at your own life, it gives you a really good perspective, and it gives you a really good structure to put all these darn changes in life that we go through, all these transitions, that life is about periods of stability and periods of change and periods of transition and periods of chaos and periods of calm. And I think if we can look at it through the renewal perspective and not that, damn, I was on this linear path and got knocked off of it, and, reliving a bunch of stuff. If we see it as a cycle of renewal, I think it really gives us hope that, okay, I'm in this phase, but I'm going to come out of it, and I'm going to start something new and something great. So check out Life Launch, which is the book that talks about the cycle of renewal. I can't say enough about it because I think it's totally inspirational in a way, especially when you're in phases like in the doldrums or cocooning, when you're thinking like, this kind of stinks. So check it out, and I hope you enjoyed this tip, and I will see you next week for another tip of the week. Have a great week.